where did I learn? I probably learned to pray in grade school, high school, and then in college. But probably the place that or the time where I really prayed the best or the most or really got into it was when I had children. I pray many times during the day. Whenever I have a little quiet time in my life, I pray. The Our Father. It is my favorite of favorite prayers. It depends. In the morning, I prefer an open conversation. Later in the day, though, if I attend Mass or whatever, I do prefer the organized prayer. But for the most part, I believe with the Gospel of Matthew that when you pray alone. You go away by yourself. You don't do it in front of other people. You do it very quietly and to yourself. Yes, very.
Why?
Because I think it helps you understand and acknowledge the fact that there's something greater than you. It's pretty
Favorite?
good, but everything needs improvement, and I think you always pay attention to it. And I think that as you learn to pray, and as you pray, you learn more about prayer, and you adjust whatever you need to adjust to make sure that the prayer meets your needs.
I would say I learned how to pray from my parents when I was very young. Obviously, you start with good night prayers and blessings before meals. And then, I had 12 years of Catholic education, so obviously we learned a whole lot about prayer there. Unfortunately, mornings are usually busy and I don't think about it too much then, but we always try and pray before dinner. I always say, and I would say I always fall asleep. I like to say the Hail Mary. And then there's times during the day, just depending. If I'm traveling, I always say the Rosary when I'm on a trip, driving in the car, being in an airplane, whatever, just because it's a good time for quiet reflection. My favorite prayer is the Hail Mary. I actually like both. I do. Sometimes it's very easy just to talk to God or to, again, ask for guidance or help. But I also like the Our Father, the Hail Mary, the Rosary, organized prayers. I think prayer is very important. I think it keeps us humble. It keeps us honest. It gives us strength. I feel okay about my current prayer life. I would like to do more. I think more than anything, I would like to start my day out with, maybe 10 minutes of reflection and meditation and prayer. Just to kind of like getting up and, going to exercise in the morning. Just starting your day off on a good note. Other than that, I feel good about the rest of it, but I would like to start my day with it.
Where did you learn how to pray?
I learned how to pray when I was really young because both my parents were raised Catholic, so we would go to church even when I was a baby and stuff, and, I was praying when I learned how to talk. I pray before every class at Academy, and on the weekends I pray before I eat dinner with my family and when I go to church. My favorite prayer is the angel of God. It depends on the circumstances because, like, if I need to ask God for something in particular, I would, like, just use conversation. But if I just kind of wanted to pray just because, I would use organized prayer.
Important?
Yes. Prayer is very important because it's your relationship with God, and then when you have a relationship with God, you can do anything. I'd say my current prayer life is pretty good because I go to church and I talk to God, but I mean, there's always room for improvement.